So let's talk about Demon Slayer, the train movie. I went to go see it last night. One of my friends works at a mall, has a movie theater in it, and she was like, "Hey, I got 2 tickets. You want to go?" And I was like, "I have homework. Yes, I'll go." So that was fun. I went, and okay, first off, it was fun. It was fun. However, it was not perfect. Like, you know how some things can be fun, like some things can be enjoyable and you can still see their flaws. Like, I'm not saying it was a bad movie by any means. I'm just saying that it wasn't perfect. So, for one thing, we saw it in dub. We didn't know until we got into the theater whether it was sub or dub. So, that's on us. And the dub voices really made it kind of cringe. A little bit, just a little bit cringe. Because some of the dialogue that, you're used to hearing in Japanese, like, like the early 2000s anime, like, or on Host Club would say stuff which in the dub would sound kind of but like in Japanese, when you can't really understand it, you're just reading it. You know, it hits different. It hits different. So I didn't really like that it was dubbed. The dub voices didn't fit well. You have to excuse my bad names. I'm so bad with names. But Boarhead, the voice they gave him sounds like the fat guy from the regular show. Like the whole time it was getting on my nerves. I was just sitting there like. And then the train villain, the guy who was there was a villain who was like on the train, and the guy that they were there to defeat. He sounded like he would have fit in with Black Butler. He was really sexual sounding, and that's good. But I'm not saying it was bad. It was good villain voice. It really fit with the I'm uncomfortable here. So on voices, that's that. Two, the plot. I do not read the manga. I prefer to just get my fill from the anime. And it picks up directly after the season 1 ends. They get on the train, right? So, at the start of the movie, I was like, he's gonna die. Flame guy, this genre of anime, if you have 3 main characters and 1 new character, and it's this kind of anime and it's a movie, you know someone's gotta die, and it's gotta be the new guy. The new guy has to be the one who dies, unfortunately. So I knew that from the start. But I just feel like the way they pulled it off was a little bit on formula, because they had a pretty great. See, the theme of the movie was basically dreams, right? They're on the train, they get put to sleep by demon magic, they take care of 2 demons on the train, they think, oh, that's it. And there's like a really faint demon magic in the ticket to put them all to sleep. 2 of them have happy dreams. So your 2 side characters, yellow coward guy just dreaming about Nezuko and like basically being on a date, and it was funny. And the boarhead guy was having like a dream where he was like the leader and everyone was listening to him. That was funny too. And then you have Tanjiro and Flame Guy, who both have saddish dreams. And I think the balance of having 2 happy and 2 sad, 2 funny and 2 normal ones really fit. I think that was a pretty good choice. Um, and then there was a pretty good. I love trains. I love train fights. I love them so much, and I really love how they did bring up like like a train is like maybe 10 feet across, if that. It's really small, and when you have a sword, you can't move around like that. You could barely move around like just holding like an umbrella. Like imagine swinging a sword inside of a train. So I thought that was a really good. That was really good. They brought attention to like the restrictions. So as they're on the train and they're fighting, like Tanjiro takes on the main villain guy, who was the one who was the only one left alive by the Demon King in the last one, and he keeps getting put back to sleep, but he wakes up by killing himself. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, so he's gonna use this against him eventually. They're gonna have a trick where he's waking up and going back to sleep, and he keeps killing himself, and he's gonna try to kill himself in real life because he messes up. And I was right, because that did happen. He almost killed himself with the sword, trying to wake up from a dream, which was actually reality. I like how I predicted a lot of it. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I predicted a lot of it. Um, the fight scene on top of the train was pretty good. I really enjoyed that. I It was really weird hearing Nezuko speak in both his dreams, and like just it was really weird because she's just like a silent protagonist most of the time. Um, but they take care of the train, and basically the demon is the train. Like he's merged himself with the train to eat everyone inside of him. To which I say, if so many people are going missing on this train, why are y'all still traveling by train? Like if I hear on the news, the past 4 trains going from city A to city B have resulted in everyone dying, bitch, I'm a walk. I'll walk. Why would you get on the train if people are dying that much? I don't get it. It seems like a really like, but I digress. The fight scene on the train was good. I do think that they all took to the flame guys like a big brother figure very quickly, because if you think about it, they talked for a few minutes, got their tickets clicked, and they all fell asleep. So that's about 20 minutes of conversation, and then they all took a nap, and then they started fighting demons together. And then after they kill the train thing, it crashes, and the implication is that flame guy used his magic to keep everyone from dying while the train crashed, which I don't see how sword magic can prevent train casualties. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I mean, I'm not going to question it, but it's a bit of a stretch. And at the end, they crash the train, the demon guy's dead, the train demon guy is dead, and another demon appears. Why? We don't know, he just appears. Like, he's one of the upper guys. Like, I thought we already saw who the upper guys were, and they got massacred last time, and that's why this one train guy was there. I think he's just there to show up. This new guy with all the tattoos, I think he's just there to show a power discrepancy. Like, he's there to show, well, if Flame Guy can't take him on, look how overpowered demons are in comparison to Tanjiro. Wow, now you can see the power difference, and you can judge it, like, now whenever, when he's going on forward with his journey. I just feel like they pulled him out of the blue. It'd be different if it was like Train Demon had to go report to this other demon, and so he's checking in, but it just seems like he walked out of the forest after the train crash and decided to fight Flame Guy. They have a really... Now, the thing is, this happens after... This is a long movie, mind you. We went on the movie at like 8:30, we left at like 11. Long movie. And at this point, after the train crash, I was like, okay, so the movie's over. The train crashed, you saved everyone, and now you'll go train with Guy, or like maybe the train guy will do like one last thing and hurt someone. I assumed it was over and it was at a good narrative point to stop, but it didn't. Then they have like another 30-minute long fight with this new demon guy where Tanjiro's like, I've been stabbed, I can't help. Ugh. Okay. I think the humor was on point. I want to say that because Tanjiro gets stabbed by one of the brain-controlled people, and the boarhead guy's just like, why are you trying to save him? Why are you trying to save him? And I thought that was pretty funny. I think that the movie was overall pretty funny. However, I'm off topic. So as they're dealing with the demon guy, Flame Guy is dealing with the new demon guy by himself. This is like a 30-minute long fight, or at least it felt like it. It was a super long ass fight. I couldn't even check my phone for the time because I'm diabetic and I have like a glucose sensor, so I had to turn it off because I knew my blood sugar was gonna go up because I was eating candy and I'm not supposed to. They fight for half an hour and then he dies. I knew he was going to die. It made, like, you know he's going to die. When you watch one of these movies, you know how movies work. You know how movies work. Like, you literally know how movies work. If you have three main characters, if you have your main group, and there's a character who's not in the main group, and they're just introduced, and it's a movie, and it's this genre, they're the one who's going to die. This works for pretty much anything. And I knew it here, and so I was just kind of like, okay, die already. Die. I need to use the bathroom. Die. You're drawing it out. You're drawing it out. And then so the guy dies. I mean, his character was a little bit annoying. Like, I think Tanjiro's character, for example, he doesn't really have any flaws. Like, there's nothing to him as a drawback. And for you to have characters, they need to be balanced to an extent. You can't have somebody who's 100% all perfect, nothing wrong, no flaw. No. Like, you can have a hero, but the hero should have something. Maybe they chew too loud, or they snore, or they're snarky, something. Because right now, Tanjiro's just, his whole personality is just, my family died and I'm solving my one family member, and I'm determined to save people. He doesn't really have anything besides his goals. And the same thing went for the Flame Guy. They tried to set him up with, like, some flashbacks and memories and dreams and stuff of his family, but it wasn't well done. Because we only know him for this one movie, and then after they kill him, a very drawn-out fight scene. Like, the whole fight scene is the first demon's like, you fight really well, want to be a demon? No. Are you sure? I don't want to be a demon. Are you sure you're sure? I don't want to be a demon. Okay, die. That's what the fight scene was, but like over 30 minutes. And at the end, he dies, obviously. And they all start crying, like, for a long time. Tanjiro's always crying. Can y'all stop crying? You only knew him for 20... Like, yeah, it's sad, but he was dead. Like, you've known him for 20 minutes. You've only talked to this man for 20 minutes. And then you had then you fought with him for maybe another hour. You're not that close to him. And then they go and then the Raven goes tell the news to everybody about the flame dying, and everyone else is like, ooh, okay, I can understand y'all being upset, but like Tanjiro and you guys did not know him well enough. Overall, a fun experience. It reminded me of when I was younger. During that Black Butler zombie movie that came out, my friend and I went to the movie theater in cosplay. I dressed up as CL and he was Sebastian, and there was some other people in the audience who were cosplaying. My friend went as Nezuko. She works at Hot Topic, so she was already wearing a Nezuko cosplay, and then she went to the movie theater dressed as Nezuko. Everyone else is just wearing t-shirts and like sweatshirts and like basic bitch merch. It was just kind of fun to me how things changed, because back like 5-6 years ago, you go to cosplay. Now it's just t-shirts. Anyway, it was a fun experience. I did have fun. I'm not saying it was bad. It was not bad. It was a fun experience. It was just very predictable. And I kind of worry about the rest of the series, because if it's like the anime. Oh, before I forget, the train demon has like. He turned into like a squishy worm thing, and the CGI was shitty. And I'm fine with CGI. Like you give up some things in animation and TV. Like if I'm watching an anime on TV and the CGI is not perfect, well, that's okay, because it's TV and I know they have a budget. But as a movie, I expected you to have it all hand animated, or at least drawn over with hand animation, so it doesn't look so jarring. Because the squishy flesh thing, you could definitely tell it was CGI'd, and you can't tell with everyone who does it. In a lot of new shows that use CGI, like unless you're just staring, you can't. I could tell here immediately that it was CGI'd, and it looked very out of place. Um, but yeah, overall, it was a fun movie. I just worry about the future of the franchise, because I'm not reading the manga. I don't like. I like it to just commit to one or the other, read the manga or watch the anime, and I'm watching the anime, so I'm not reading the manga. And I worry that the next season is going to have the same problems of assuming that we're going to be emotionally attached even though we have no reason to be attached. You can't assume that just because someone is a hero, because you said they are a hero, therefore you'll be attached and therefore you'll cry when I hit these emotional beats. It feels hollow. It feels like the regular hero's journey kind of story, the regular shogo anime. However, you're not hitting the beats right. Like you're hitting the beats, but you're not. They're hollow. You're not filling it with what it's supposed to be. And I worry that that's going to continue throughout the series. And yeah, I want Tanjiro to get Nezuko back and have happily ever after, but it's not going to work if you're not going to hit those beats like you're supposed to. So this, dear viewers, is a repart. I'm recording this from my phone, so if it's shaky and it's shitty, that's why. I'm supposed to be doing homework and taking my break, and I did not feel like spending several hours editing this when I just saw it last night. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't mind that I'm recording from a very shitty phone, let me know. If it's really bad, then I'll just put the audio over, edit it something else later. Thanks. See you guys next time.